Hello. Okay, good. Everything's working. Today we are doing the final planning for Songbird OS before we start development next stream. Um, so we'll be doing the more in-depth planning. Um, okay. I'm now using Excalibur instead of what's it called? Draw.io. This was recommended to me last time, and I completely forgot about it. Um, so we'll start with the OS, and then we can move on to the window manager and desktop environment. We did do a decent bit of planning last stream. And the plan is under colored. This was the plan from last stream. So we have the different shells available, bootloader, GUI, stuff like that. So this is actually a pretty simple piece of software to use. So we have these parts that will be together. The window manager and the desktop environment. The package manager we will use is the Songbird package manager. We'll put this under GUI. So supported. Because this will be the officially supported GUIs. Songbird desktop environment, the Songbird window manager. We also need Neri on here and KDE Plasma. Those will be the official GUIs that are supported. So these are the officially supported GUIs, the ones that we will have custom configs for. I think OBS might have broken itself. Okay. Either OBS broke or something weird happened, but my live preview was not showing the right things. We're definitely showing the right things in OBS though. So these will be our supported GUIs. We have Neri, Songbird DE, KDE Plasma, and Songbird WM. I'm currently using Neri. It's scrollable, which means that it scrolls. So space is not a concern at all with Neri. That's the supported GUIs. We'll have the package manager coming off here, or packages. So we have SPM, Yay, and Paru, along with Pac-Man, of course. So through that, we'll have them all link to one. I'll just drag this up to here, just so that they all connect in one spot. We'll put you here, and last stream did extremely well in terms of viewership. The best stream we've ever had, in fact. So through this we can have the we can have core packages, and we can have so we can have our package list through here. We'll change this to, say, package managers. Package managers, these are the available package managers. Let's just put them in a line there. And then you have the actual packages themselves. This will be the core packages. Core and optional. So core packages will be core utils, the Arch kernel, probably the IP command. So networking commands. Optional packages will be things like a browser, for example, Firefox. We'll have a terminal be optional, or actually terminals are non-optional. You have to have a terminal. If you don't do a TTY install, you don't have to have a terminal, but we should still have them pick one, or we should pre-install one. Like even UXterm or Xterm, but it'll probably be Kitty or Alacrity. Other optional packages, Steam. Spotify. What else should be an optional package? There's quite a bit of latency on the stream. I probably didn't turn down the latency time. That's fine. So we have the browser, we have core utils, we have the Arch kernel. We've also got to include stuff like IP, so networking. IP and the other IP command. We are not releasing Songbird OS yet. It is definitely not ready for release. This was our plan from last stream. When it's done, we will release Songbird OS. We'll also try and get the desktop environment and window manager on the Arch package repository. What else do we need? We are going to use network manager. Instead of IWD, I guess. So that will be like NMTUI and stuff like that. Because I think the NMTUI is better. You should at least have some kind of interface for connecting. And if you don't want to do that, you have NMCLI. Other core packages that we need. There's not many. Obviously, Pacman is a core package, or Packstrap. In terms of a browser, we can offer Firefox. We can offer Zen. Brave. But I don't know if Brave is actually on the Arch package repository. It probably is. But I know it's a Flatpak. Nope. Not on the Arch package repository. So not an option, in other words. Because I'm not shipping Flatpaks. Flatpaks are in my opinion, they're a bad thing. They're good for some things, but most of the time it's better just to use a native package. Zen or Chromium. Oh, Vivaldi, good idea. Flatpaks aren't necessarily a bad thing, but I would just rather not use them. I got scared you said Crow. We do have Brave bin here. It's just that the user would have to build it. It's Chromium. Some people use it. I use Firefox. Chromium is my backup browser. I know. It's not the best. By no means. Vivaldi is on the official repo. We could include Vivaldi instead of Chromium. Some people will want to use Chromium no matter what. So I think it would be better to have it as an option and then provide the other ones. I'll probably switch over to Vivaldi. I'm using Firefox right now. It's with an extension called TextFox. It's a very nice extension. You have to install it manually though. And then you configure it using CSS. This is what we have so far. I've used these 3 browsers before. Zen ran awfully unless I was using the AVX2 optimization, but they removed it. I don't think Zen's on the official repo yet either. So maybe we shouldn't offer it. We could offer the Zen kernel. Yeah, we're not going to offer anything that's in the AUR as an additional package. Otherwise, people will get confused. The distro is almost supposed to be a step between EndeavourOS and proper Arch, which is why it offers the TTY install. But it is also kind of geared towards beginner level. It has the ability to be beginner level if you want it to be through the GUI install and all of that. So we should only offer packages available on the proper repo. We could include the chaotic AUR, which wouldn't actually be a bad idea. Arch Linux. Yeah, so we could include the Zen kernel, which is here, Linux Zen. You've also got the base kernel, which is, I believe, flagged as out of date. Linux hardened is, Linux LTS isn't. No, we're up to date on the Linux kernel. So we could offer the Arch kernel and the Zen kernel and the Catchy kernel. So yeah, we can offer the official Arch kernel, the Zen kernel, and the Catchy OS kernel. Catchy kernel is probably not in the official repo. Catchy. What happens if there is a kernel bug like the AMD freezing? Um, it gets fixed by switching to an older kernel. We could do what Fedora and Ubuntu and Linux Mint do, and instead of completely overwriting um the image, the system OS image, we can keep it as the one labeled with the kernel's name and delete the third one back, and we can offer the LTS kernel as well instead of the catchy kernel. So we have the Zen kernel, we can have the Arch LTS kernel. We just want to give the user options. The long-term support kernel. It is just the plain kernel, not the Arch LTS kernel. Okay, Zen. These are our 3 kernel options. They're pretty basic. It's just kind of the regular 3 that you would offer. It might scare new users, but I did start writing some documentation. We will just tell the user to either use Arch or LTS. Or we can send them to the Arch Linux, wiki.archlinux.org, and they can read up on it. They can do a little bit of reading the manual. We can have a look at that GitHub repo that I had open just now. What file system are we defaulting to? I saw a Reddit post the other day saying that all Linux distributions should default to BetterFS or ButterFS. I disagree. I use Ext4. I much prefer to back up stuff myself. Like I will actually back it up onto a physical USB drive. But that's not my system. That is just my config files and my projects. We will have the option for BetterFS. We have the optional packages in here. So we can give the option of all of these. The terminal is going to be a core package. We will, yeah, we should have a sudo or DOS, so permission elevation. As one of the base base core items. Linux from Nothing is awesome. It's an ongoing series, but I think it's a really cool project. It's just a YouTube series. There is also online documentation for it. There's a website. But it is a really cool project. And it's kind of what we're basing this on. Partially Linux from scratch, partially Linux from nothing. Bazite's a cool distro. It's Fedora based gaming. It's cool. I wouldn't use it. I would use. I like Arch based. I like the AUR and the official repos. I like how all of that is done. So I wouldn't use Bazite personally. I would use CatchyOS or Garuda. I have a video in the works. Which is this one. And I said, I might try CatchyOS later this year. This video should come out next weekend, weekend after, sometime this year. So we want a terminal. Do we want a terminal? Yeah, I've heard that Bazite's. I've heard some not great stuff about Bazite, but I've heard that mostly it's good. So we'll probably give it a go in a VM at some point. I think it's on my Linux distros list. Under Fedora. Nobara is also under there. Powered by Fedora, yeah. Actually hate going back to Windows. Same. I really do not like Windows. I never liked it, and I especially dislike it after using Linux and Mac OS. It's just not good. I very much don't like it. Luckily, I use Virtual Machine Manager and Kemu. Yeah, I use this for my virtual machines. I did have issues on Mac OS with Endeavour OS. Also, most distros they would crash or just get stuck. Yeah, Virt Manager, KVM, Kemu is a really good combo. Very good combination. It's I haven't tried it myself because I don't want to. But I've heard that you can get pretty much native speeds on Windows, on a Windows VM. I've never tried it, so I'm definitely taking that with a pinch of salt. I don't think Kemu works on Windows, but I'm not sure. It probably doesn't. Because the default Kemu base, is just for Linux to Linux hosts, or Linux to Linux host to VM. And then you have to install the desktop version or the extended version, full version, to actually run Windows. I think I'm using the desktop version. Kemu KVM, yeah. No kernel accelerator. Recently ran a script that stripped down Windows 11. That's one of the reasons I don't like Windows. The AI stuff. But I'm obviously I haven't used Windows in a long time, so I can't remember properly, but I'm like 70% sure that after you update, those scripts will get reverted. And it's not good. I think Pirate Software talked about it, and he disables stuff and updates, and it's back again. and it's not good. You could use Atlas OS or Tiny 11. There are Windows distros. I can't speak for how good or stable they are, but there are Windows distros that have an extremely stripped down, very, very stripped down version of Windows. If I had to use Windows, that's what I would use. Windows 10 IoT Long-Term Servicing Edition. Long-term servicing or long-term support? IoT LTS. IoT LTSE. Other stuff that we can include VLC or MPV or media player. Yeah, long-term support. It doesn't really matter. They kind of mean the same thing. TextFox doesn't have tabs by default, but you can get your tabs back either by going to About Config and changing to changing it to vertical tabs. So just search for vertical tabs and enable the stuff that says vertical on it. IoT LTSC, long-term servicing channel. Interesting. I do remember hearing about it once and never again. The way that I got tabs was through vertical tabs on TextFox, or you can use there is a way to change it to show your horizontal tabs. I'm pretty sure it's probably somewhere. It is somewhere. I know that. There's yeah, your tabs are back. If you do want horizontal tabs, it's one of the settings. It's something to do with tabs, and it's set to block. If you change it to flex, then it will show horizontal tabs. Based on Arch? Yes, it is. Songbird OS will be based on Arch Linux. The Arch kernel, or the LTS kernel, or the Zen kernel, whichever you pick. But it'll be Arch based. Arch based file system and all of that stuff. But we're doing the base version on the Arch kernel. I wish VLC was better at playing videos. YouTube videos, streams, or like live, or just in downloading videos or just playing videos in general. Because MPV is better at that. MPV is an amazing player. What I use. Movies. Oh, I don't know how well MPV does movies. Can't imagine it does it any worse than than VLC though. Obviously, we need a shell. I think the default shell we'll offer will be Bash. I would do Z shell, but Yeah, I would do Z shell, but most scripts are written to run on bash rather than Z shell, so they use /bin/bash instead of /bin/zsh. And if we want it to be okay for beginners, then we should include bash. Or we include Z shell and bash and set Z shell to be the default shell, where bash can be used for script running. HDR. There was something about Wayland with HDR. It was like earlier this week. I think the HDR protocol got upstreamed, which is not something I'll use, but it's there. It's available now, or it will be available soon. I really want Neri to get blaring, completely separate. I definitely want Neri to get blaring, but the upstream dependency Smithy doesn't do blaring well, or it does it, but it doesn't have the debug property on it. So yeah, the developer of Neri, Yalta, is just waiting on that, and then we get blaring. So the shell, we want bash, Z shell, obviously. Z shell is what I use. It's not too different to bash. I actually hardly know what's wrong with it. What's different about it, I mean. I just use it because it's what I've always used. It's what I'm used to. I don't think we should be offering non-POSIX shells by default. What do you lot think? Should we offer non-POSIX shells by default? Or should we stick to like bash, Z shell, and TCSH? TC shell. This is an enhanced version of bash. Berkeley C shell. No. Alright. We will not be including. Oh, well, we can include non-POSIX shells, but you don't have to use them. C shell with file name completion and command line editing. I'm pretty sure it's POSIX. What was the Berkeley C shell? Was that bash? Bash or bash may refer to. We want the bash Unix shell. Oh no, that's the born again shell. What was the Berkeley C shell? Berkeley C shell. Ah. Unix shells. So it was a separate thing, C shell and TC shell. You hate most of Katya's aesthetic changes, and you undo all of them. Oh, well, we can include them by default. It's not a core package then. It's an extra package, an optional package. So you have to have a shell. The default one will offer is bash. You have to have bash. Because a bunch of packages have dependencies on bash as well. And it just makes it easier if you don't have to install it afterwards. Um, we do need sh as well. Actually, sh is usually alias to /bin/bash. On EndeavourOS, it is not. It is um, it is its own thing, not bash. We're making a distro because well, yeah, it was kind of fun. Wake up and decide to make a Linux distro. Good luck studying. I don't think this is gonna do much. ls/a oh la. I'm sure it will be fine with al. Which sh? Oh, it is alias to bash. Yeah, sh is a symlink to bash. Z shell should just be Z shell though. Yeah. Bash is bash. Sh is now bash. Yeah. In Linux from nothing as well. Sh is bash. Songbird OS is almost. It's kind of just. I see it as an intermediary. It's yeah, exactly. Making a distro is fun. That's kind of half the reason that we're doing it. It's most of the reason we're doing it. The other reason is it's almost an intermediary between EndeavourOS and Arch itself. Because you can do a TTY install, it's guided, and the wiki should be really good for it. But it will be a guided TTY install. Or just a regular GUI install. Beginner to intermediate. If you want to be pro, you can use Artix or Arch itself. You could also use Gentoo or Red Star or literally any source-based distro, and it would be harder. So Top 10 on Distro Watch on waiting evaluation. That's cool. What was it called? We search for Songbird OS. What comes up? Wikipedia articles. You're scared of the Gentoo people? Fair enough. The Gentoo people, Linux from scratch people, scary. They can do stuff that Arch Linux users cannot do. Void Linux users cannot do. Albion. For some reason that rings a bell. Is this it? Is this it? This one? You could make a stripped down OS that boots into Plex. That is possible. I assume this is Malbian Linux. Arch install for LFS would be funny. Yeah. Is this a user? It is a user. Debian GNU Linux distribution aimed towards malware analysis and reverse engineering. Oh, yeah. This is your distro. What ISOs do you have? I see the XFCE one. There is one ISO available for now. Oh. It's the XFCE one. Available on SourceForge. This is cool. Dot files, DWM. Nice. The website. Deployed yesterday. Update. When was the last... Where are you still developing it? Also, where's the kernel? Or is it just the base Debian kernel with, like, cubic? Or whatever the, There's a tool that is used for Debian and similar, distros that you can create a custom one. There's a DWM and XFC, but I have to upload it. Fair enough. I know there's a tool specifically for creating custom Debian and Ubuntu systems. It's the based kernel. Debian base. What is the browser that I'm using? Firefox with TextFox. No, nothing found. You wanted to compile a newer kernel, but you didn't. Why not? Why not compile the 6.14 Git release kernel? I'm pretty sure the latest kernel is 6.14, which is currently in development. It should be under Torvalds. Users. Why are there so many Torvalds users? Linus. Linux. It should be 6.14 is what they're currently on. Releases. no releases, but there are tags for the releases. Yeah, 6.14 RC2. That's the one that they're currently on. Shipping LibreWolf instead of Firefox. That's not a bad idea. I did hear some stuff about LibreWolf on Arch, where the signature was broken. Either the signature and the new package didn't match up, and it caused some issues. I don't know if that's been resolved, but it should be fine on Debian. It does look like a high school photo. It's just got that background. It's got that look. We have lots of GUIs, but only 4 are officially supported. Those being these 4. Neri because I use it, and I have a config that'll work. Songbird DE, Songbird WM, obvious reasons. And KDE Plasma because it's better than GNOME. That's just a personal opinion, by the way. I feel like Linus is the hope and savior of all of Linux and software, open source. He's great. He's done some really good work, but I think the way that he's handling the Rust in the kernel situation is not good. The old project leader for Asahi Linux, can't remember his full name, Hector. He said that it was failure of leadership. I don't think it's quite that far, but I definitely think that the way that Linus was doing it was not good. The way he's currently doing it. KDE's Plasma is the best objective opinion. I think Neri is better. But in terms of desktop environments, yeah, I think Plasma is the best. We'll probably only ship Wayland Plasma. Because I don't want to have X11 at all on the system. There will be X11 dependencies naturally. But, I mean, if we can avoid it as much as possible, that'll be great. Display protocol. Why is there 3? We have X11. We've got to support X11. So these are the officially supported ones. These are the ones that will ship with custom themes. These will be the official GUI. But the other ones we will ship. We will have them there. Of course, we have to have Wayland. And the other one we will need to create something for is Archon. I think I starred the Archon project. Stars. You'll get to see which things I've starred. It's Arc, it's Tin Can Linux. Archon. It's it's not really a display protocol. But it is, I haven't read all of this, but from my understanding, it is effectively an all-in-one display protocol. It has audio. Archon is a powerful development framework for creating virtually anything from user interfaces for specialized embedded applications all the way to full-blown standalone desktop environments. I like Wayland, but the only unfortunate thing is I'm having to use OBS WebSocket to control OBS. That's the only thing that is slightly not okay. The global hotkeys portal. Hyplant has implemented their own global hotkeys, but I think in time, pretty much all Wayland apps will. You just have to say which app it's supposed to go to. So we can probably create an Archon desktop environment, Archon based. I don't think it's in the official repos. I'm not even sure if it's in the AUR. It probably is. Maybe not. Nope, no Archon. Oh. For Archon. Yeah, so there's stuff for Archon, but there is no Archon on the AUR. So we will probably have to create something for it, unless there's an Archon window manager or Archon based window manager. I don't know. Rio like window manager for Archon. Yeah, there's not much stuff in terms of Archon. The flowcharts today are being made with Excalidraw. Last time we used Draw.io and that was a pain, and I really did not like it. But we are using Excalidraw today, and it's perfect. It's everything I want it to be. So not only do we have to build a Wayland window manager and desktop environment, we also have to build an Archon one, unless a really nice Archon one pops up. I doubt there will be one though. If when we do get to that, you'll probably be one of the first viable ones, hopefully. And it'll be a pain to install because you have to have an Archon. But I mean, it shouldn't be too bad. We'll start with the Wayland one, then we use Archon. Half sure that's Canva. No, I do use Canva. I use it to edit my short at the start of this year. My one YouTube short out of like 3. So what else do we really need? What else is absolutely essential to your system? Excalidraw. It's Excalidraw, not Canva. It was recommended to me last stream, so I've decided to try it this stream, and it's good. It's much better. Where are we? Here. Yeah, Excalidraw is really good. So we need to, the bootloader. by default, I really, really, really want to ship refined. I really like refined. I'm not using it on this system. But I think I would. I would use it if I wasn't worried about messing up this install. Um, yeah. If I wasn't worried about messing up my install, I would absolutely be using refined. Um, it would probably be fine. The instructions look pretty simple, but I don't want to risk it. That's just a personal thing. Bootloader. Put this up here so that we can have two. We're gonna want grub. A new grub. And refined. Actually, let's delete these because yeah, we don't need them. We need 3 instead. There we go. And we can move all of them. You're already cooked for your grade level for maths. You're not gonna make it. Study. Go and study. I'd rather you be studying than watching the stream. Please don't fail. If I grub, I'm pretty sure it's GNU grub. I don't tell YouTube. I use uBlock Origin. It 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 blocks YouTube ads. The other one that we want to include is system deboot. We're not gonna support. We're gonna be like Arch. We're not going to support anything other than systemd because we're not Artix. If we want Artix, fine. Yeah, because Google updated their policies to manifest 3, which does some stuff, and uBlock Origin doesn't work. It's not even allowed. But I use Firefox, so I can use uBlock. And it's amazing. Which is why Firefox is better than Chromium. If you enabled every ad blocker, they'd probably conflict, and you'd probably also have a few viruses. Yeah, I would suggest not. Just don't do that. Yeah, switch to Firefox and have a look back. Absolutely. Firefox is amazing. What else do we actually need? We have that stuff, got that stuff. Yeah. This is the final planning session. We do no more planning after this. Because after this, we get into actual development. And proper development should be fun. It should be cool. We'll be the cool kids. Just line up. Yeah, there we go. Is this a distro you're going to make public after you're done? Yes. This distro will absolutely be public once we're done. I like free and open source software. Free and open source is the only software that should matter. If it's not free and open source, then I probably won't be using it. Except Chromium. But that one's unfortunate. Because you gotta have your backups. You can't go in without backups and expect things to not break. For example, if TextFox ever decides to destroy everything, I have a backup. And it's fine. Um, why, Excalibur? Why won't you let me do stuff? To here, like that. It is a little bit weird. Excalibur is a little bit odd. If Linux only Vivaldi caught it, likely due to luck. Chromium is free and open source. Oh yeah. It's just so big and so hard to make changes to. Yeah. Extra data to Google, Brave, and Edge also included it. Only Vivaldi caught it, likely due to luck. Yeah. Low latency audio for the drum software I used. I completely switched to Linux and everything. Linux has some issues, and those issues are slowly being ironed out with new releases of the kernel, new releases of different software, and it will get better over time, like all software does. But there are some like little annoying things, but you know, I'll probably, like right after the stream, I'll probably just delete Chromium and install Vivaldi instead. Okay, why is Excalibur not just connecting this arrow? That's weird. Come on, Excalibur. Work with me. There we go. Now we can take all of this and move it down. I like the hand-drawn style of Excalibur. It looks good. There we go. Perfect. Oh, yeah, you have to run it through bottles and not being able to take advantage of Elsa. I think all of this needs to be coloured in a different colour, because this is all fairly confusing otherwise. We can do... We need a capuchin colour. And I have a bookmark to the capuchin colours. That's not the right thing. There we go. Capuchin palette. Hopefully this loads up at some point. It's a little because probably because of OBS WebSocket and also just general CPU and RAM usage. Oh, here we go. We should make this bit yellow because it's optional. I don't know. I'm kind of just doing whatever feels right. This one should get red. Oh, why did Zen not get it? Poor Zen. And then do all of this stuff. And this is all going to be, it's going to be orange. So. Perfect. Oh, why did the arrows not get colored? This one, this one, this one, and this one. These all need to be colored orange. There we go. And it splits into red and yellow. I think this should also be orange. Just like that. We're just making everything look pretty now. The package stuff orange, and then it breaks down into the colors that make it up. It works in my head. Bootloader gets green. If the bootloader was a color, the bootloader would be green. That's what I think. I don't know why, but the bootloader would be green. Or blue. Yeah, pretty far hit. We can break this down into blue. Just like this. Prettifying stuff is amazing. Because it's just so relaxed. How long have we been going? Uh-oh. That's probably fine. Our stream health isn't looking too healthy. YouTube is not receiving enough video. No, I don't think so. I just feel like green is the bootloader. Actually, maybe it is. The good old hacking colors. For some reason, my preview is like an hour behind. I don't know why, but it is. I'm sure it's fine. As long as you can all see me prettifying stuff. That's all that matters. Encountered an unspecified issue. Maybe there's an issue with running, running Bazite on a VM. Maybe it's secretly some some malware distro, and the reason that it doesn't work on a VM is because it detects it like regular VM detection software. That's called conspiracy. This is going to be pink. Doing math questions by some dude buying 3 spaghetti sauce jars. Math questions are so weird. It's like so odd. The image from the Ubuntu website. Oh, Ubuntu, not Bazite. Well, I don't know why Ubuntu's not working. Drink them like juice. No. Don't drink spaghetti sauce like juice. That's not a good idea. We're running out of colors. We might have to start repeating colors. We have flamingo and rose water. That's fine. We can use water. It's not the end of the world. They're just not the colors that I would use. That's flamingo, and rose water's like pretty much white. There we go. The entire thing is prettified. Just not the centerpiece. I don't know how we should color the center. We can have the center be lavender. Because the lavender color is almost white. Look at that. We have prettified this. I think that's done. We're at 65 degrees, just under. OBS is our resource hog, and Neri's trying to keep up. Yeah. They're now using the same amount. It's just a race for who can use more CPU. This is all upload, by the way. Upload of the video to YouTube. Yeah, it's quite a bit. I think this is our diagram. Can we download this? Can we save this? Save to, open, export. Cool. So this is our final diagram, I think. It's probably bad for you or something. Yeah, I think it might be. We want an SVG, of course. No background? No, we need the background. I use I just did 2 times of planning, partly because planning is important, and also it's also partially because I'm procrastinating. We want one with the background and one without the background. It's a pretty big diagram, but it looks fine. Who's gonna stop you? It's legal. Oh, well, yeah. No one's gonna stop you. It's just not healthy. Here we go. Pictures. No, not there. Home. We can hide the hidden files. It will be under desktop projects. Songbird OS planning. We can call this final plan. Is this the one with the... You don't believe in free will, so it was determined to do this. Fair enough. Colored. You were destined to do this. Drink the spaghetti sauce. And then turn the background off and download this one. Final plan. Save that. Cool. I don't think that we can... So we can actually save it as a file. Final plan. Save to file. Ah, here we go. Final plan.excalibur. Final plan.excalibur. That's fine. We don't have anything else to do on anything like this except change this monstrosity. This is awful. So we're going to switch it out for final plan.svg. Add the readme, commit, updated readme, and push it. Uh-oh. Did not work. Please? Nope, doesn't work. This is what I love. This is my favorite thing ever. We were using another SVG before, though. Final plan.svg. We can icat it. Planning / final plan dot. It's big. Spaces in the file names, yeah. I'm sorry. It had to be done. Oh, well, that's because it doesn't exist. Why is there weird spacing on it? Oh, is that in the actual Excalibur file? No. It's just in the export. Spaces in the file names is a bad idea. Don't copy me. Final plan. Scared of us terminal users. I know, we're very scary. We're very, very scary. Hopefully this works. Maybe I should use %20 instead. Because %20 is a space. Really? It's just gonna be a 404 again. Final plan.svg. I swear this worked before, though. This was fine. Planning / final plan.svg. It should be fine. I don't know why it's not working. And I don't know why, git push. Am I using the wrong readme? Oh, it's just hanging now. I had this the other day where it just wouldn't. It wouldn't do anything. It was just hanging. Yeah, something's broken. Blob main planning final plan.svg. Planning. Oh, I forgot. That's why it doesn't work. I forgot to actually add the planning stuff. Commit. Added final planning. I forgot to actually add the images. Pushing it. And it should be fine now. That's why it was 404. There we go. Look at that. That's nice. Look at that beautiful, beautiful diagram. That's all. I still don't think YouTube's receiving enough. Yeah, we got poor quality and I don't know why. It's unfortunate. How long have we been going for? Well, I think we'll leave it there. We've done everything that we need to. This is the final plan. I'm happy with the final plan. Oh, this will take a second to load. Yeah, I'm all happy with the final plan. So next stream we can get working on Songbird OS. What does not receiving enough mean? It's not receiving enough video. I think something's using up bandwidth. Probably the WebSocket. But we don't have enough video being streamed to YouTube to actually get a good connection. Is it stuttering? Like, do you get lots of buffering on your end? Because if you don't, then YouTube is lying to me. Yeah, I think we're done for today. It has been a pretty good stream. We have done everything that we needed to, so that next time we can get working on the kernel. Why does this thing have a wiki? Oh, it's fine. We can add a wiki at some point. Not buffering, fine. Then 1080p as well. Well, YouTube is lying to me then. It says will experience buffering. But if you're not experiencing buffering, that's good. That's fine. Yeah, next time we will work on. We might just take the release version of the kernel straight from Arch Linux. Linux catchy OS. We don't want the catchy kernel. I don't think Arch Linux is an actual user. Isn't it just called Arch? The user. Arch Linux. This one, yes. Arch install Linux. Here it is. 999 stars for the Arch kernel. Let's make it 1,000. We were the 1,000th star. When is the next stream? I think it's next week, same time, same place. I might try multi-streaming next week to Twitch as well, but we'll see. That won't be dual streaming straight from OBS. It'll be through something like Restream, which is free, which is nice. We were the 1,000th star on the Arch Linux kernel. On the GitHub version. I would assume that on the GitLab version there's a lot more. Linux. Oh, never mind, there's only 15 stars. Yay, we were the 1,000th star. Cool. This will be the one we take. This is the current kernel, latest kernel. Unprivileged clone new user, archk config, default maximum. To be applied directly on top of stable version. Applies the following changes. Oh, so this is supposed to be applied on top of version 16. This is a patch for the base kernel, I guess. Yeah. Right, so next week, same place, same time. Sunday, 4 a.m. UTC. On Sunday, 4 a.m. UTC, the 23rd. I think that there probably won't be a stream on the 2nd of March. So it'll be the 23rd of February. 4 a.m. UTC. And then again, the next one on the 9th of March. But we'll see. I'll keep you posted with any updates on the community tab. But I think that is all for today. By the way, this is my Neri config, Waybar, OBS, streaming, happily. We've had a lot of dropped frames though at some point. Yeah. Thank you all for coming and watching again. My live preview is very far behind. It's still at an hour 36. Oh, it's at 16 minutes in, which is not right. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like. And I will see you next stream next Sunday. Oh, we're back to an excellent connection. Yeah, for some reason, some stuff was not working properly. Okay, good. We are back. And by back, I mean we're ending. Yeah, with YouTube issues today. But things should be fine. We do have an excellent stream connection. Yeah, thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next time.